Welcome to the 2022 Year in Review video. Let's take a look at 2022. This is my perspective as the owner of a private investigation and background screening company based in Southern California. To get a sense of where I'm coming from, let me first share the makeup of our clients. On the investigation side of our clients are law firms that handle civil litigation, insurance companies that write workers' compensation, auto, and general liability policies for businesses. Another large segment of our client base are brand owners and IP attorneys that clear, protect, and enforce intellectual property. On the background screening side of our client base is diverse. However, our top clients are in the healthcare, construction, and IT industries. Here's my perspective based on what I saw and heard in 2022. Let's start with civil litigation. The civil litigation process was slowed dramatically due to the fact that courts were shut down. When they opened back up, they did so slowly. There was a backlog of hearings and trials, which meant that many cases were pushed out a year or more. Without any impending trial dates, there was no motivation to expedite discovery, set depositions, and prepare for trial. All these things impact the investigation industry. When the discovery process slows, there's no need for us to investigate the parties in litigation. When depositions are not being set, there's no need to locate, serve parties and witnesses. There's no need to conduct pre-deposition and post-deposition backgrounds and surveillance. When trials are delayed, there's no urgency or need for law firms to spend time and money on cases that have trial dates set a year or more in the future. It makes sense. Now let me share some insights into the insurance claims investigations. During the COVID pandemic, surveillance was not a tool of choice for a couple of reasons. First, many people were working from home and not engaging in much outside activity. Second, due to the fact that workers' compensation courts and superior courts were pushing out hearings and trials, there wasn't much urgency to develop evidence and spend money investigating claims. Just like in recessionary times prior, the insurance carriers are well aware of the fact that the COVID pandemic would put many large employers out of business. This means less premiums being collected and thus less resources to investigate. Many insurance claims carriers have looked to decrease costs of investigations, SIU, and claims management by outsourcing this process to a vendor management program like those offered by Covenant Bridge, Veracity Research, Command Investigations, G4S, which is now owned by Allied, and others. The main reason for the move is the cost savings. The impact on private investigators is that firms previously did investigative work directly for carriers and TPAs must now take on work as subcontractors or employees of the vendor management companies and must do so for a drastically reduced rate. These new investigators often get burned on surveillance and overlook critical follow-up questions during interviews. And now a little bit on brand and IP protection. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw many brands boom through the creation of brands and trademarks. In 2022, as a result of the business success, the infringers and counterfeiters looked to get in on the action. This resulted in more projects for us involving the investigation of infringing, counterfeit, and diverted goods, bearing the names of brands that became popular in 2021. On the trademark infringement and counterfeiting front, in the last couple of years, due to the rapid expansion of sales through e-commerce sites like Amazon, technology companies have tried to offer online brand protection services that allow clients to be alerted to potentially infringing and counterfeit goods being sold. These services provide an initial line of defense, but we are seeing that there is necessary investigative type follow-up work that is coming about as these online systems develop more potential leads to infringers and counterfeiters. Now let's shift gears and talk about what I saw on the pre-employment background screening side of the business. Our clients in the healthcare, construction, and IT industries did quite well. In fact, they did so well that making direct hires became a real challenge. The increasing need for talent, coupled with the drastic increase in wages, really kept HR professionals searching for strategies to fill open positions. We saw many clients look to staffing agencies for support to keep up. The extreme pressure on HR professionals to fill positions translated to pressure on us as a background screening company to turn around background checks faster. We adopted new partners and technologies to decrease turnaround time on criminal record searches in California and employment verifications. We also saw that employers were looking to embrace social media screening as part of their background screening packages. The gig economy is growing and we are seeing more and more employers coming to us for background checks on their subcontractors. With the legalization of marijuana in California, we saw many clients elect to stop testing for marijuana as a part of their pre-employment drug testing process. Inflation, it's a real thing. Our direct costs associated with purchasing of data and information have increased anywhere from 8 to 12%. We have also experienced various price increases from our drug screening partners. Looking ahead, in prior recessionary times, this is what we have experienced. Previous recessions resulted in companies closing down, which means that insurance companies lose clients. If there are less insurance policies in place, there are less clients, which means less investigations to be handled. This trickles down to litigation as well. When employers cut costs, the number one cost-saving mechanism is decreasing their workforce. When workforces are decreased and hiring freezes go into place, we see a decrease in volume of pre-employment background screening. Brand owners tend to decrease their spend on the creation and development of IP in the recessionary times. They typically monitor their existing portfolios while looking for cost reduction solutions. Without budgets for the clearance and enforcement of intellectual property, this means there's less outsourcing of investigative projects. Businesses and law firms tend to litigate and look to collect on judgments during recessionary times, so we will likely see an increase in asset research and judgment enforcement cases in 2022. Thank you for watching, and consider pressing that like button. I will see you in the next video.